Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how we want to use the ground in the golf swing to generate more speed and more force throughout the swing. I posted this video, which got a lot of attention and also got a lot of questions. So today I'm going to answer those questions and explain why I'm doing this and how it's actually generating me that speed. So be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to understand how to add this into your game. So in this video, why was I pushing the club forward and then swinging it back really fast with my driver? Well, the idea is I'm trying to create more force in the swing, and more force means more speed. So in the setup, what I end up doing is on the practice swing, I'm going to set up, and many people think that, oh, you should start the swing with more pressure on your left foot, more pressure on your right, about 50-50. So I'm going to show other golfers, other professional golfers in this video, guys like Tiger Woods, some long drive guys, and you're actually going to see them visibly put more pressure into their left foot, and then as the club is swinging back, they're going to push into their right foot, and then they're going to push back into their left. So there's a lot of pushing and a lot of pressure shifting happening in the golf swing in order to create all this speed, especially with like the long drive guys. So one of the biggest questions I got asked in this video was, hey, do you do this with all your clubs, right? Do you do this with your wedges, with your irons, with everything, right? So the short answer to that is no. With wedges, because the swing is not as long, I'm not having as much pressure shifting going, and in those swings, I'm not trying to generate as much speed. But for almost all my full swing shots, yes, I'm using this. And even in wedges, I'm using an element of this. So the first thing is pushing into my left foot sooner, right? So I'm going to push into my left foot. I'm going to push the ground. So the idea is if I push the ground, because I can't move the ground, it is going to essentially push me back, which is going to push me into my right foot. So then I would have generated more force on the way back, more pressure on the way back, and then as I go up to the top, I'm going to pressure shift back into my left and swing through. So I talked about this in a previous video of generating more speed, and a lot of people think you should just pull the handle down faster. Well, that's going to get the body all out of sequence and out of sync. So what we actually want to do is learn to push and properly accelerate our body. So as I push this club forward, I'm then going to swing the club back faster, which this club is a momentum arm. So the more momentum and the more force I create this way, on the way down in my transition, pushing into my left foot better, because I've generated all this momentum, I will then transfer that momentum by pushing into my left and swinging the arms down. So hence I would have created more speed that way. One of the things I've done personally with this drill when it was shown to me is I actually use it as a swing trigger. So what you'll see in this, I'll hit one swing like I did before, and then I'll hit another one like I do now. So my old swing trigger, I guess we'd call it, is instead of pushing this way, I would actually push down. So I would almost do like a squat motion down. So now what I'm actually doing is I'm going to push forward to start my swing. So it's my new swing trigger. I think it starts the swing really, really well. So rather than starting from just a stagnant position and trying to just lift my arms up, right, like a lot of people struggle with, this pushing forward allows my arms to swing back better, right? Rather than me just simply going lift my arms, I can swing my arms forward and swing my arms back. So my old swing kind of looked like this. So that was really exaggerated. But what I would do is as I took the club away, my swing trigger would be a little squat motion, and then I'd take the club back. So I was doing a lot of lifting with my arms. So now what I'm trying to do, you'll see from the face-on camera angle here, is all I'm going to do, you're just going to see a slight like bump forward with my hip. So you're going to see a bump, and then you're going to see me move up this way. So I'm going to push left, so boom, and I hit a lot better. So as I push into my left, and then as I push the ground, it pushes me back to my right. So then it's going to allow my arms to swing much more freely and gain more momentum to swing up to the top, rather than me just taking my arms and just lifting them up and swinging them around my body. So how can you incorporate this into your own game? So I'm going to talk a lot about the step drills, which I've talked about in previous videos, but that's going to help us get the pushing and the movement correct. What I'm also going to end up using, just to show you the visual of it, is a pressure plate from, I think this is from Y Golf. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to set the pressure board down. I just want to show you guys how I'm moving throughout the swing. So as I get set up on this, my pressure is going to look fairly neutral at this point. So what we're going to do in order to generate the most force, as I set up, I'm going to demonstrate this by pushing the club forward, but obviously within the swing, we're not going to be able to push the club forward like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push forward, apply more pressure into this left foot. You'll see the back part of the board up. And then as the club swings back, I'm going to push down, apply more pressure with my right. I say squashing a bug or feel like you're kind of falling that way. So I'm here with the left, I push back to my right. As I'm swinging up, I'm then going to push back to the left and then swing all the way through and complete the swing. So I don't want you just staying on your left side the entire time throughout this swing. I don't want you starting on the right and staying back there the whole time. I actually need you pushing and shifting throughout the swing. It's going to be much easier and you're going to generate a lot more speed. So then when we do this as an actual swing, I'm going to set up. So then when we do this pushing without pushing the club forward, I'm going to set up. I'm then going to push left, push the board down, then push back to my right, and then push back into my left. So. Now I think one of the easiest ways to learn this and how I learned it is learning to do the step drills. So within these step drills, the first one I'm going to show, which I've shown in previous videos, so I won't spend a ton of time on this. Check out some of my other videos for more of an in-depth look at them. So the first one is a single step. You're going to set up normal, and then what you're going to do, you're going to take your lead foot and bring it back to your trail foot, maybe a club head apart. So when I do this one, as I swing the club back, I'm going to step with my left. I'm going to step back to my original position. The best way to do this is actually grab a tee and mark where your feet are at your traditional setup. Then step back with the right foot. As I swing this club forward, I'm going to step to that marker. And then as the club is still ascending, I'm then going to pressure shift in my left, which is going to end up pulling the club down by my pressure shift. So to hit one here, I'm going to set up like normal, bring my lead foot back to my trail foot. As I swing the club back, I'm going to step. The club's going to continue going up. I'm going to shift, and then I'm going to hit it. So here we go. So again, I'm going to step to that first marker. We don't want to step too far. It'll be hard to pressure shift and make good contact. And I don't want to step too short. So now the other one is a double step move. So within the double step, I want you to mark where both of your feet are in your traditional setup. So I have marked where both my feet are. What I'm going to do is bring my feet close. They don't have to touch, maybe a club head apart. I'm then going to start forward like this. As I swing the club back, so at this point more pressure would be my lead foot. As I swing the club back, I'm going to step to that marker, apply more pressure with the right. As I swing the club up, I'm going to step with my left, apply more pressure with the left, and then swing the club through. So definitely do this one with tees so you know where you're stepping. So when we hit it, it's going to look like this. So start with the club forward, swing over the ball, and then go. So here, step, step, through. So this drill, I highly recommend doing it without a golf ball at first. So just set up, no golf ball, club up, swing back, back, and then try to kind of brush the grass just to get used to you're starting above the ball, then you're having to relocate down to the ball. So, and then add a golf ball in. So start here, push, step, step, and then swing through. And then the idea behind all this, once you get used to it, I want you to start incorporating a new trigger motion, right? So this trigger motion, some people, it could be pushing the handle further forward. It could be anything. A swing trigger can really be anything. So the swing trigger I'd want you to now incorporate is, rather than what I was doing, how I was kind of squatting before, what I want you to do is start pushing with your left harder. So try to squash a bug with your left. So push left, swing back right. Apply more pressure, push as hard as you can with the left, and then push into your right foot. So then my new swing trigger is going to be this. So I'm going to push left, so push, push, and then swing through. So try this new swing trigger. It's going to take you some time to get the sequencing down, but give it a try and see if it adds any speed for you.